good run, hun. Live stream, I wanted to update you on a number of things, but I want to be able to see the chat first. One of the things I want to update you on is my latest trip to the physical therapy office and what they said about my hand. To the therapist this week, she said I was at the point now where I can remove this when I'm at home and not doing anything strenuous, and that I can start moving the fingers with the muscles, which I hadn't been allowed to do before. And the exercises I've been doing where I've been bending the fingers like this with the other hand and not allowed to move the fingers, now I can try and do them by bending with the muscles. The bad news is, I guess it's normal, but they're not going where they should be going. Like I should be able to, you know, the goal is to get a fist like this, and right now that's the best I can do, is like that. This is the finger that was cut, and this one is injured as well and has arthritis in it, and being immobile for a good month now in that cast or brace, now I got to get the muscles back. I'm allowed to straighten them out, and one problem I was having was that this finger, they said I was having a contracture that wouldn't straighten, so I've been holding back here and straightening it. I can't let it hyperextend, so I have to hold behind the knuckle so it doesn't go back any farther than that. And that is helping. It is starting to straighten up more, that finger. But I have a lot of scar. This is where it was cut, right here. It was cut right in there. You can probably see some of the, where it was, the incision went like zigzag through here when they did the operation and into my palm. So you can probably see a little bit of the scar, but that I can feel it. It's thick from scar tissue. So we got to work that out so the finger will bend more. So I still have to kind of force it. Anyway, that's what I need to do. Swelling and scar tissue are my enemy to get my hand movement back. When I try and grasp something now, if you ever saw that claw toy in the stores where the kids put a quarter or 50 cents in and they try to get the claw to go down and pick up the toy and bring it over and drop it, well, that's what this feels like, because 9 times out of 100 when those, or 99 times out of 100 when those kids try to pick up the toy, it looks like they got it, and when they raise it, the toy falls right out. And that's how this is. I just don't have the grip strength. It won't close, and you know, that's what's happening. So, all right, let me try this one more time here. So she's got me doing new exercises. Ow. And she's letting me use the fingers for, like she says, try and eat with this hand now. And she won't let me brush my hair with it because it could bend the fingers the wrong way with my long hair. But I was able to put curlers in my hair this morning. I haven't been able to do that in a month. Now, as far as later in this week, what I'm planning on doing, I want to do a live stream from the kitchen here, and I'm going to cook. And what I'm planning on cooking is a diet-friendly lasagna. I'm going to make zoodles, which is zucchini that's put through a spiralizer, so it comes out like curled noodles. This side can't be reached. Frustrating. So I'll be making that, and I'm hoping to do that live probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Depends. I know there's some other live streams that go on at 10:30, and then there might be another one at noon somebody puts on. So maybe 1 o'clock on Monday or Tuesday I will do that, depending on what other live streams are going on. And the garden's coming along. I harvested some onions today. My, what do they call? Hibiscus. Huge, big purple hibiscus flowers are now blooming, and there's tons more buds coming, so I'm really happy about that. What else? Oh, the giveaway. my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. When I first advertised that, I think I had 1,630 subscribers, and talking about the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Now I have at least 1,805, so we're getting closer. So to enter that subscriber giveaway, and what's being given away is one of those nice cedar buckets that have the pedal on it where you spin the bucket, and then the mop that goes with it. It's the one I use. You've seen me use them in my videos. I love it. So one of those will be given away, and to enter the contest, you need to share any of my videos. Doesn't matter which one, just share it on any social media. And then go to the 2,000 subscriber giveaway video and tell me, like that video, and tell me which video you shared and where. And then you'll be entered in. And all the directions for entering the giveaway are right there. And you have to be in the United States, because they're going to mail it from Cedar, and they won't mail it outside the United States. So yeah, when we hit 2,000, somebody's going to get a very nice prize, an Cedar spinning bucket and mop. Come right to your house. And if you've seen my cleaning videos where I used it, you know it works really well. That I use it a lot, and I like it. My green beans all have purple flowers on them now, so they're coming along. And my tomatoes are growing taller, and they all have yellow blossoms coming. I am behind, yes, because when I had my injury, I was late putting everything in. So I started watching what I eat again. You might know that if you've been watching. And I'm following something very similar to Weight Watchers. It's like counting points, but they call it counting bites. But it's the same principle with the same setup. And the first week, on my way in, I lost 4.4 pounds, so I was really happy about that. I was hoping for 5, but the holiday was in there, and I was bad on the holiday, so I'm happy I lost the 4.4. And then Thursdays are going to be my weigh-ins. So I'm not good at dieting. I'm not good at sticking at that. I'm good in a lot of things, but that's not one of the things I'm good in. So I'm taking it a day at a time and a week at a time. I'd love to project in a year I'm going to lose X amount of weight, but I'm just going to take it a day at a time. We'll see how it goes. But so far so good this week. And on Thursday, I'll have another report as to what the scale said. If I lost some more or gained some or whatever. But that'll be my Thursday reports, is how I'm doing with the weight loss. And if you're interested, the app I'm using for that, which like I said is very much like Weight Watchers, is called iTrackBites, BITES.com. And Tangi the Caver's wife told me about that. So I've really liked it because it has all the same features. You can put in what your food you're using, and it will tell you if it's how many bites or points is in that food. And also there's a community there where people encourage each other and share recipes and ask questions and things like that. So that's very helpful, and I enjoy that. And there's a place for you to put your weight in, and where, you know, each week you can update how you're doing. You don't have to share that. I don't share that. I'll tell you how much I lost, but I won't tell you how much I weigh, because I'm a prideful person. Too much pride. Now at least it's showing the place where the chat should be, right here. There's the chat. Okay, I see it. Whew, that took forever. I'm sorry. All right, who all's here? All sorts. Hello, Nifty Thrifty. Good morning. Farmer Meemaw. She's probably gone by now. I bored her to death. Brenda Collins. Hello. North Dakota Pink. Good morning, Julie. Julie's still there. She's a trooper. I know that. She always hangs out for me. Phoebe. Carol. Billy Branch. Hello. Hello, Billy Branch. Phoebe. Penny Mullen. Good morning. Old Alabama Gardener. That's the first time I remember seeing you here. Hello. Let's see, who else? Yeah. Yeah, Phoebe, there aren't devotionals on Sundays. There's Monday through Saturday. Let's see. Hope it's healing. Yeah, it's coming along really slow. Billy Branch, finally caught you live. Yes, you did, hon. Glad to have you here. Okay. Yeah, it takes time to get more movement back. It's so frustrating. My therapist is telling me not to get discouraged, but I keep thinking, is that finger gonna bend? Because right now, see, it's sticking out there. I can't bend it, and I'm worried that that tendon I can bend this part, but I can't bend the top part to tuck it in. So I just have to keep working on it. Good morning, Carlene from Florida. And Grizz is here. Young Living has an oil that will work well for scar tissue. When I was a kid, my friend across the street, we were over in an embankment, and she found an old percolator, a metal percolator, and she said, we can use this in our clubhouse. We had a silly little clubhouse. We were like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old. And she went to throw it to the top of the hill from the embankment over the hill, and I was behind her, and she, on her backswing, she hit me right in the nose, right next to my nose with this spout, with the spout of the coffee pot, cut me, and there's a lot of vascular tissue there, and I was bleeding so bad, and I ran home, and the only one home was my sister Patty, and I think she was 12. Yeah, she was like 13 or something, and she called the neighbor, and the neighbor took me to the doctor, and the doctor put stitches in, and oh, it was dramatic. And I use cocoa butter on that, and I really don't have much of a scar. I have to really pull and look to see any kind of little scar there. So cocoa butter worked well, and it was on the face. So, yeah. Haha, at least you still have your sense of humor. I lost that. I guess because I wasn't on, I don't know what you're referring to, unless you're talking to Grizz. Good morning, BanDana from Linda. I started watching you 2 months ago. I love your channel. We're about the same age. Hello, Linda. Thank you, hon. Sounds delicious. Yeah, I can't eat regular lasagna and all the points that are in the pasta. But if I make it with zoodles, with the zucchini, that should work. The only concern I have is that it might hold too much liquid. So I'll have to bake it longer, or maybe grill the zucchini ahead of time, like take the noodles and put it in a pan and kind of cook off some of the moisture before I add it to the lasagna. That might work. You'll come along for the ride and see what I do and find out when I do what I'm going to do, because I'm going to wing it. Okay, this is Thumbs Down Appreciation Week. If you have someone that thumbs down every video, make a thank you video for them after all the time they spend subbing you and clicking on that video. It's the least you can do. You know, it's true. If you have a thumbs down, doesn't count against you. It just counts as another view. So, you know, nobody likes getting thumbs down, but there are those people out there. They'll thumb down anything for any reason. Some people thumb down faith videos of any kind because they don't like people making faith videos, which, you know, don't watch. But if you thumb down them, okay, it's a view. Okay, TJ's. Hey, my big brother, you have a twin. I don't know what that means. Okay, I bet the hibiscus is beautiful. It is. And maybe I'll take you out and show it to you before we go off, because it's right out the front door there, and I can carry the camera out. I can't hang. Oh, so I guess Billy Branch is gone, because she couldn't hang. She'll catch me another time. I picked a pail of cayenne peppers this morning. Nice. Are you going to dehydrate them and make cayenne red pepper powder? Nice giveaway. It is a nice giveaway. And what happened was I got brave, and I so liked that bucket and mop. And so many people, when they saw it in my video, said, you know, what kind is it? Where did you get it? Blah, blah, blah. I thought, I'm going to call O Cedar and ask them if they would donate a bucket and a mop for my 2,000 subscriber video. And they said yes. So they're going to mail it out right from the company. Bye, TJ. I guess you're going to. Okay, she's got to go. We'll catch you next time. All right, my tomatoes are almost done. I live in Florida, so I can plant early. Yeah, mine are just coming. I got a few itty bitty ones on the vines, but mostly just the flowers yet. All right, so let me see if I can catch up here. She's dehydrating some of her cayenne now. Carlene had to reboot. Brenda's still here. Yay, Brenda, thank you. I look lovely. Wow, thank you. I put a little war paint on for church this morning. I guess that might not be appropriate to some people, but yeah, I curled my hair for the first time in over a month. And I put a little lipstick and mascara on. Hey, Crazy Raven. Sue from Minnesota. Alright. Cocoa butter was what was used around here for scars. Yeah, it worked on my face. I salt the zucchini like you do for pickles and rinse them really good before cooking to take a lot of the moisture out. Yeah, I had made some pad thai with zoodles before, and I'll probably show that one again too. And do that in the kitchen one day. It was good. And I put lemon juice and salt on it, and it drew some of the moisture out. And the lemon juice, because it's an acid, had a cooking effect on it too, so it softened it a little. It worked well. You can cut the zucchini in strips and lay them in rows for lasagna. Yeah, you can do that too. If you want them to look like the lasagna noodles, you can cut them thin in strips. I prefer the zoodles, but you know, to each their own. You can do it any old way. Okay, I think I am all caught up with the chat. 16 watching now. I don't know how many were in here at the height when I was fooling around trying to get the chat working. But if you look under the picture in the, you'll see the subscriber giveaway contest rules, so that'll help you enter. Just remember, you have to comment on the 2,000 subscriber giveaway video where you shared a video, and then like that 2,000 subscriber video. And you have to be a subscriber, of course. I don't have a channel. I don't make videos, but I enjoy watching all of you who do. That's how I started, Carlene. I just loved the homesteading, watching all the homesteaders, and I had been trying on my own for a long time because I live in the suburbs. I live in the suburbs, and I don't have a big yard. I've got 9,000 square foot lot, and on it sits my house and my little shed, and before it got blown down by the wind, my little vinyl greenhouse. And so my husband was always wanting grass, and he wanted a pretty lawn, and he wanted, you know, he'd be out and he'd mow and lawn, and I kept thinking, you can't eat grass. I don't want grass. If we bought this house, this land is ours. If I plant something, I should be able to eat it and feed it to the family, you know. So little by little, I started taking over more and more of the yard. And at first I was out in the front yard because we had a lot of crappy trees in the backyard that put too much shade back there, and I couldn't grow vegetables. But one by one, we started taking the rotten trees down. There was some ugly looking sassafras and some pine that were pitiful, and a holly tree that was a nuisance to have because we had a pool out there in the beginning, and those holly trees have really sharp leaves, and when they fall and you step on them, it hurts. So we took down the holly tree and several pine trees and some sassafras trees, and then I had some sunlight back there, so I started putting my garden in the backyard. And each year it expanded more and more, and my husband had less and less grass to mow, and then I put in a dozen fruit trees and made a little orchard and an espaliered fence around our seating area. And every year I try and do a little more. And I don't have a manicured yard. I don't have a beautiful homes and better homes and gardens yard. But I try and do some each year to make it look a little better. Now right now, the front yard, everything's coming up, but it needs weeding and it should be mulched. And we're very frugal, so I don't spend a lot of money on garden stuff. My daughter works at a garden center and she gets a discount. So sometimes when things are marked down, or sometimes they're throwing away broken bags of stuff, and then I can get them for no cost or very little cost, then I can get some things like that. But I'm too frugal to be spending tons of money on the garden. So I'm never going to have a Garden of the Month plaque in my front yard, I don't think. I mean, I think it looks nice most of the time, but it's not manicured by any stretch. And our grass that is out there, I don't use chemicals on it, so it does have some spring weeds and things like that, you know, chickweed and different things that grow in it. So yeah, the garden's not gorgeous, but I'm enjoying all my herbs, I'm enjoying all my vegetables, and the flowers I do have, I plant for pollinators, and they're doing really well. So I like that. All right, who else just pulled in here? I'll put my glasses back on so I can read it. Alright. Yeah, Carol, go ahead and try it someday. There's Heather. Hello, Heather. Pretty Heather from Going Batty is here. We rent our home, so I do all my gardening in containers. Container gardening is great. I always had a problem because if I didn't, you know, they dry out quick. And I have to be right on top of it here in Maryland, because we do tend to have some dry periods. Okay. Tomato chips sound awesome. Oh, I must have missed that one. I didn't see her say anything about tomato chips. Yeah. I need to start dehydrating things because I have herbs that are ready. It's a waste to grow things and have them grow well and then don't get them harvested and used like you should. So I need to harvest a lot of my herbs, and some of my onions I would like to dehydrate as well, and my lavender. And I'd like to make it into like a salve or something nice, or cream. So I've got a couple of books on that I need to get reading. This has held me up a lot, but as you can see, I can take the brace off now from time to time. I can start to manipulate the fingers with their own muscles now. And then I got to work on being able to close the hand, because that's as far as it'll go, is right there. So I got to work on being able to not only get them to touch, but to tuck the fingers in. We'll see if it'll do it or not as I do more PT and exercises. So, upcoming plans. I think next week, possibly Tuesday after my therapy appointment, we're driving to Pennsylvania. And we're going to go up to the Lancaster area. Lancaster, as they say, Lancaster. We're going to the Lancaster area. And I'm hoping to stop in at Tessie's place again. So Tessie and I are going to plan on going thrift shopping together. So we should have some videos coming out of that. That'll be fun. And then we're going to go to her place, and we got a couple little things planned to do together while we're there. And I think you'll enjoy that. After that, while we're up in Lancaster, my husband and I enjoy going to some shops up there. There's Rockvale Shopping Center, and in there is a QVC outlet, and I always pop in there to see what I can find. When you've seen my when you've seen these are from QVC. They're called Temptations. You see me using these in my videos. I never buy them off the TV full price from the QVC store on the TV, I go to the outlet in Lancaster, and when they're in the outlet, they're marked down quite a bit, and then every so often they'll say an additional 40% off or whatever. That's when I buy them. I am frugal. So I'm hoping to find some more of that. I did have a rectangular baking dish out of that same pattern, and I loved it, but when I bought it and unwrapped it, it had a crack in it, and I didn't realize it, and I would have brought it right back, but we live 2 hours from Lancaster, and then I didn't have my receipt, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm hoping that I can get another one there, because I really enjoyed it. And they come with a wrought iron holder that you can carry it places with handles on it, so if you're taking it to a church supper or something, you can do that. And it comes with it looks almost like a cookie sheet, but it's a lid to go on it, and made out of the same stuff with the same pattern. It's really nice. So I'm hoping to get one of those again if they have them. But they didn't have them the last few times I was there. So, what else? When we're up in Lancaster, of course we see a lot of horse and buggies, and we see a lot of Amish people around, and we'll go eat at the Amish restaurants and enjoy that. My favorite sewing outlet is up there, and that is it's now called Zink's Fabric Outlet. And it's in Goodville. I think that's the name of it. Goodville. It's very near this destination buffet called Shady Maple Buffet. And so sometimes we'll go to the Shady Maple Buffet, and then we'll go to the outlet, and I'll get fabric. I have tons of fabric here. The only thing I need is indoor-outdoor fabric so I can recover my yard furniture. It needs to be recovered. And if my hand gets up to snuff where I can sew again, right now I'm having trouble cutting with scissors. I don't seem to have the strength. I've tried cutting left-handed, and I don't think scissors work well in the left hand unless you have left-handed scissors. So I'll either have to have one of my daughters come and help me cut things out, because I want to make aprons. There's so much I want to do, and I'm just slowed down by this hand not cooperating and operating properly yet. Plus, I don't want to overtax it and do things I shouldn't do yet, and delay its healing. So that's what we're doing up there. Do any of you guys go up to Lancaster, and what do you like to see when you're there? Let's see. Cindy just found Tessie's channel. Tessie has a great channel. She's a great person. Yep. Beautiful countryside, nice people, a lot of traffic. Funny thing is, the Amish, they're kind of secluded people that are within their own community and try to stay out of the world, and yet because of the Amish, that place is booming up there. So it kind of had a reverse effect. But they make a good living up there with their farming and selling their goods, even to the tourists. Yep, tomato chips we're talking about. Carlene's praying for a speedy recovery. I really appreciate it. Oh, I know something else I wanted to tell you about. My daughter Jen. You've heard me talk about my daughter Jen because she has spinal issues. And she was supposed to be having spine surgery to fuse part of her spine. She was in terrible pain. And because she also had a bulging disc in her neck, they couldn't do the spine surgery because she needs her arms to get around after they fuse her spine while it heals, and with the neck problem she couldn't put her weight on her arms, so they're doing neck surgery first, and that's scheduled for August 28th. So any of you who would like to pray for my daughter Jen for her cervical spine surgery first, her neck surgery, that's August 28th, and then it's at least 3 weeks healing for that, and then they'll readdress when to do the spine surgery. So she's getting pretty frustrated, and it's depressing, to be in pain and not to be able to do things, and sometimes she's very immobile from it. So I'd appreciate prayers for her. Paper piece hexi quilt. I've seen that done. I think Bev from Half Acre Homestead did a paper piece quilt. It was interesting to see. I have so much fabric downstairs. I really need to get busy sewing. I had bought a lot because of my 5 daughters. I think 4 of them expressed an interest in me teaching them how to sew. And we all are into like 1940s fashions, the dresses, and we like those things, and we wanted to start sewing them. So I started collecting patterns when they were on sale for $1 each. You can watch for that. Simplicity, McCall's, all them. Like twice a year they'll go on sale for $1 each, and I grab them all up. So I got a lot of patterns, and then the fabric, when they go on sale, I'd be buying a lot of fabric, or I'd find a bolt at the Goodwill, and I have a lot of fabric. So I want to get sewing with my girls this winter. So I'm hoping my hand cooperates so we can all start sewing together, and I can teach them how to sew. But before then, I want to be able to at least make aprons, because in September, October 14th, the Homesteaders of America Conference is going to be in Warrenton, Virginia, and I'm going to be there. There'll be a lot of YouTubers there, and some main speakers like Joe Salatin and Esther Emery. And I wanted to have a table where I could, sell my garden things, my jams, my jellies. I wanted to make aprons to sell, maybe have t-shirts to sell, things like that. But it's only a one-day event, and I just don't know if there's going to be enough time in the day to do all that, to be on a table and go hear the speakers and meet all the people I want to meet. Now, Hope's Homestead's going to be there. The Pratt family's going to be there. 2 Family Homestead's going to be there. Big Bear Homestead's going to be there. Tangi the Caver's wife's going to be there. Amanda from the Fundamental Home. Who else? Oh, Dana from Sullivan Family Farms is going to be displaying wool spinning. She'll be there. So there's going to be a lot of people there. And I was so looking forward to meeting them and meeting any of my subscribers that show up and say hello and tell me who they are. You're going to have to tell me your subscriber name, because otherwise I won't know you. Diane makes children's aprons. Tessie, oh, there's Tessie. Morning, hun. I was telling him, Tessie, that I might be visiting you next week. So we're still working out the details for that. Hi, Kim. I'm glad you made it. You're welcome for the card. I'm hoping you're healing and coming along. Sounds like you've had a long, hard row there. Hello, Ventura, California. Found you from Linda's Pantry. Prayers for your Jen. I have bulging discs as well. No fun. Well, thank you, Diane, very much for that. Yeah, I like to sew and quilt. I go in spurts, I'll start a project and I'll go at it gung-ho for a while, and then I'll put it down and I won't do it again for a year. I was doing a lot of crocheting last year, and I wanted to do more this year, but couldn't with this. I need to ask my doctor or my therapist now if I can crochet. I don't know. It might be a little too much too soon. Tessie's making tea bags. That sounds great. I planted chamomile this year, and it didn't come up. I'm so disappointed. I've had other years where I planted it, and it came up for 3 or 4 years by itself, and this year I can't even get it to come up with seeds. So I might have to try that again. I do like chamomile. I'm glad you're getting better, Kim. Hancock Homestead and Gardens is Kim. And she just got out of the hospital, so some of us sent her some cards to cheer her up, and I'm glad you got it, Kim. I did see your video, so thanks for the thank you. Alderman's Farms. Yes, Alderman Farms is going to be there. Thank you for telling me for reminding me that, Brenda. I love Alderman's Farms. I have great respect for Tommy and Patty at Alderman Farms. So if you're not subscribed to Alderman Farms, go ahead and subscribe to them. They're great people. And they have a working farm, and they sell their produce at a farmer's market, and Patty makes terrific bread and they do a lot of live streams, and they have goats. So yeah, it's a great channel. And Tessie's got her wrench, so she's here to keep me safe, I guess. Yeah, Tessie had jaw and tooth surgery this week. Tessie, I'm so glad that you're saying you're feeling better than you have in a year. I had no clue you were going through that before. I planted a lot of tea herbs out front because I wanted to make tea. I think all of us over 60 were taught to cook from scratch, sew, and crochet. Diane, I am 52, self-taught gardener and canner the last 30 years, now teaching my granddaughter. They adore farming and canning when they grow. That's nice. Yeah, I just turned 67. So I taught myself mostly the canning, and my mom taught me sewing when I was a teenager. My mom was teaching me how to sew my own slacks and shirts. I even sewed a suit when I was a teenager. And when I was a teenager, bell bottoms were big, and they were the hip hugger bell bottoms where they didn't have a waistband. So yeah, I am learning these skills now because I flunked home ec. Okay, Phoebe, never too late. I am learning. Tessie's having computer issues. Yeah, my granddaughter, one of my granddaughters is interested in gardening. And she loves birds. She's just turned 13. Yeah, pressure canning. Brenda, I taught myself, but the right way. I didn't go by everybody's YouTube videos because there's a lot of bad advice out there on YouTube videos. And I know, well, I better not say too much because I don't want to upset people, but I try and stay by the rules because I figured there's a reason those rules are there, and just because people did it in the olden days a different way and they didn't die doesn't mean it's the right way to do it, that you're still taking chances by doing that way. Besides, you know, back in the olden days, they didn't know what botulism was. And part of the symptoms of botulism are some paralysis. So they would attribute it to a stroke or something, and they wouldn't even know that the person, you know, was sick from botulism. So to say nobody ever got sick, you know, you don't know that for sure. And even if they didn't, to me it's like Russian roulette. And I just don't feel comfortable not doing things by the book, at least for now, until I know enough about it that I can say, oh, that's untested, but I've tested it. I know it's safe. But even, you know, it scares me because it's such a big risk because there's no cure, you know. I mean, you got to be really careful. And for that reason, I'm one of these people that I don't want to take canned foods from other people because I don't know how they were canned. You know, they might have done it all wrong. I watched this girl can on YouTube once, and I saw her right off the bat do 15 things between putting the stuff in the jar and putting the stuff in the canner and starting to process it. 15 things that were dangerous. And it was terrible. And so you got to be careful what you watch. Make sure you back it up with the Ball canning book methods or USDA approved things, and be careful. You know, I'm scared about stuff like that. Okay. I'll be looking forward to that tea video, Tessie. You have a lot of good videos. Hi, Anita. Ball Blue Book. That's good. So, Mama, it will not be this week. Yeah, I get my next week's and this week's mixed up when I say things. I think next week is like today's, yeah, I mean this week. I'm hoping that we can come up, let me see, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I have therapy on Tuesday, so it would have to be after therapy. So I wanted to come up on a Friday so I could go to the Green Dragon, or a Saturday so I could go to the other farmer's market near you. But I have therapy on Friday. If we came up after therapy on Friday, I'd miss most of the Green Dragon flea market because my therapy's later in the day. Unless I can change it to Thursday. So I'll let you know for sure. If you have a day, Tessie, that's bad, let me know. So I, won't choose that day. Okay, Carlene taught herself to quilt and crochet. That's good. Who taught me to crochet? I'm not even sure if I taught myself that or if somebody else taught me. My mother didn't crochet. My sister Jody, you've seen Jody on my live streams maybe, or she's not been on one live stream, but you've seen pictures of her because I've posted pictures of me and my sisters. My sister Jody is a very good crocheter. She's like an expert. She won't say she's an expert, but she really is good. She crochets every day, makes beautiful things, and when I have a problem, she helps me with it. I want to do a how-to crochet and poncho soon. I did a poncho crocheting video before where I was using somebody else's pattern. And I didn't do a how-to with it. I just kind of showed me crocheting it and showed the finished product, and it got a lot of views. But it had quite a few thumbs down because I didn't go step by step and explain how to do it. I didn't feel comfortable doing that because it was some other lady's pattern. I told you where you could get the pattern. But it turns out there were some mistakes in her directions, and I had trouble figuring out this isn't working, and my sister Jody was able to help me figure out what the problems were and redo it. And I think my sister Jody is writing her own poncho pattern, and maybe we can share that one sometime when she gets it all done, that it'll be her very own and be similar but not a direct copy of the other lady's pattern. That'd be a better one. Anita, you saw the poncho. Thank you. Yeah, I actually ended up making one for my daughter Mandy, one for my daughter Jody, one for my granddaughter, and then I started one for me, and that's when I stopped. So I might finish that this winter. And I was making a bunch of slipper patterns. Now I do have my own slipper pattern that I can share once I get crocheting again, and I like that slipper a lot. It was inspired by another slipper pattern, but then I put my own cuff on it, and I changed the gauge of the thread, so of the yarn, to use a Bernat blanket yarn, and it came out really nice. My sister Jody helped me with that too. She's really good at crocheting. And when she gets her Etsy shop rolling, I'm going to tell you guys where it is, and you can see her stuff. It's really nice. Wishing everybody a glorious Sunday, says Anita. Bye, Carlene. I am a rebel canner. Yeah, Tessie's a rebel canner. She and I wouldn't agree on a couple of things, but that's okay. I love Tessie. And I think she still loves me, even though I'm kind of a stickler for the rules. Yeah, I don't can dairy, and it's, until it's tested, I'm a little afraid of it. I told my sister Jody she needs to make a crochet channel, because crochet channels are wildly popular, and she's so good. She isn't as comfortable in front of the camera though, so I'm trying to encourage her to do that, and I don't know if she will or not, but she really can crochet. Show them all. I love those videos, and cooking, all things you do are awesome. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end that for today. I just wanted to catch you up on things. I wanted to tell you about how my hand's coming along. I'm moving my muscles now. Not as tight as they need to go. That's it. That finger is not bending. So I'm hoping it will heal, so it will. Okay. Yes, I love Mama. I'm Tessie's adopted mother. She has her own mother, but I'm her adopted mother too. And I have 5 daughters, but Tessie's my adopted daughter. And I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And she has a wonderful family. I love her husband. I love the 2 kids that I met. And I'm sure her third child is also as lovely. Yeah. I've seen the videos on canning dairy, but they're not tested by the right people, so I'm scared of them, you know. It's just like, there was a reason they said don't can it, so that's just where I'm at. And y'all got to do what you got to do. Oh no, don't go. Well, I can sit here and look at you. I don't know what I'd talk about more. You can watch me wash my dishes. I got to do that. You know, I'm hoping my fairies come back next week. They really deserted me when I needed them the most. But I'm hoping they come back next week and I can feature them in a few videos. If not next week, then the week after, hopefully. Because I could use some more help around here for my kitchen fairies. Okay, 18 watching. Wow, 22 thumbs up. So there must have been at least 22 in here at one time. So before you all leave, go ahead and give me that thumbs up, because that helps my channel a lot. And be sure to check out my 2,000 subscriber video so you can enter that contest and you might win that bucket and mop. Alrighty, y'all. Yes, I will watch you wash dishes. Phoebe, you're funny. Or Anita, you're funny. What is something simple to start? Oh, that's what you're saying, dishcloths. Yeah, dishcloths would be something simple to start with. That's right. Okay. That would be good, dishcloths. Okay, all. I'd like to stay and chat too, but I'm running out of things to say. So look for me when I come back on with a video. I'll probably be doing a cleaning video and maybe a vlog type video. And then within a day or two, I should be on live with my cooking show when I'm going to do the Zoodles lasagna. So I'll see you all then. Thanks for dropping by. Love you all. Bye, Tessie, hon. Bye, all.